Hey guys, how's it going? I'm going to do a quick video today of cleaning a Ruger EC9S. That's the gun I bought probably a few months ago now. Got a little under a couple hundred rounds through it. I'm going to go ahead and clean it real quick and show you guys how it's done. Now when you clean this gun, I guess when you buy the gun, you're going to get a little cleaning mag because this gun has a magazine disconnect. So go ahead and put that in, or you can just put an empty mag in. It'll work too. But anyway, you got this little window I've already got to flip down. It'll usually look like that. And then you flip it down, and in there, if you can see, you get a little pin in there. You can use anything you want. Sometimes if you pull it back and rock it just right, if you got it lubed up, it'll come out fairly easy. What I do is I'm going to get this pulled back just a little bit where it matches up. There's a half moon in there, it matches up, and you got a little bitty hole right back here. So match it up and push it right out, just like that. And then go ahead and pull it the rest of the way. Now you can see there's a hole in there. That magazine in there with that trigger. Pull the trigger, slides right off. Anyway, so there's that. Go ahead and take that mag out. Don't really have to, but I'm going to do it anyway. So here's the frame I need to clean up. As you can see in the back here, it's got a lot of stuff in it. It's not really coming off too bad, but it's pretty dirty. And then inside the slide. And to break down the slide is real simple, just like every other gun. You got a dual captive recoil spring, so you'll take it out, and then the barrel just pops up, slides out. That's the simple field strip of this gun, which is much like a lot of guns out there nowadays. Try and move everything to where it's in the frame of the camera. Okay, and what I use for cleaning guns, there's many different materials out there. You can use many different solvents, cleaners, lubricants, and stuff like that. What I use is hops. I'm not sure it's how you pronounce it or not, but I use hops lube and bore cleaner. And I've heard shooter lube is really well. I'm going to try and see if I can use some of that. And these are for shotguns. They're little patches. I use them because you use this little tool right here to clean out the inside of the barrel. You can use it to wipe down the inside of the slide, wipe down the frame, the outside of the slide. They're just a lot more convenient for that purpose than the regular pistol patches they have. And then the standard stuff, cleaning product, or cleaning, I don't know what you call them, rods, I guess, that you find in pretty much any standard gun cleaning kit. I got these separate. You can get these if you want to. It's a little pick set that comes with this brush, and it comes with a wire brush. Pretty dirty. I'm going to clean it here soon. But I bought these separate. It's about $5, and it comes with a separate wire brush. I hardly ever use it, but these are really helpful for really quickly cleaning out a lot of gunpowder residue and any other debris that can be inside your frame and slide. So anyway, you don't have to do it in any particular order, but this is how I do it anyway. I get my bore cleaner, and I usually clean the barrel first. You can do it however you want to do it. You can do it the frame first. That, order doesn't really matter in this case scenario. But anyway, get your brush on. You're going to dip it a little bit in cleaner, just a little bit, not a whole lot. I'm going to run that through the barrel. See if I can get it to go through fairly. There we go. Oh, thing's tough. Anyway, run it through a time or two, depending on how it looks. It looks pretty good. Oh, see if I can get inside the camera. Looks pretty good. Now, you don't want a ton of oil to be inside your barrel, so you'll take this little attachment. You'll find it in any kind of gun cleaning kit. All these attachments you'll find in any standard gun cleaning kit. Take one of those little attachments, take one of these wipes, fold it in half, run it through. Oh, and my hands are all slick, got oil on them. Anyway, there you go. Put it on your cleaning rod. And some guns, you know, you can clean all guns almost the exact same way. Some guns will come with their own cleaning rod, which is pretty nice. So you'll dip it in the cleaner, and you'll run this through one time, and then you'll take a dry pad and you'll run it through a few times. This is the kind of, get the rest of whatever residue's in there, and it gets down in the rifling, shines it up really nice. Okay, and get a dry pad. Need to give me some gloves. Usually I clean with gloves on, makes it a lot easier, but yeah, it is what it is. Okay, put a dry pad in there. You'll run that through a time or two. Get any excess oil, residue, dries it, shines it up, makes it look good. Make sure there's no extra stuff in there. The rifling's all cleaned out. Alright, so the barrel, or the bore of the barrel, is done. Now, get a bunch of these patches out, lay them out. Anyway, take the rest of the barrel, and you'll wipe it down, because it's more than likely going to have a little bit of residue from the oil you just used, squishing out the sides of the barrel from the patch and the brush. But anyway, you want to make sure your chucks right here are good and clean, right inside here where the pin goes to lock you in the barrel with the, or locking, I guess, the slide to the frame. Make sure your feed ramp is clean, the hood, all that stuff. Make sure the whole barrel's doesn't have any excess residue or anything like that on it. And so as of right now, we'll get to the lubrication process at the very end. But as of right now, the barrel is clean. The interior of the barrel, the bore is clean. And so now you can go ahead and set that aside. I do the slide. Usually I do the frame last. I'll do the slide now. So for the slide back here on the fire pin block and where the striker is, I usually take this brush, because that's usually where a decent amount of buildup will usually be, and those are a lot of hard to get to places in here, and this brush really helps. So I'll brush inside here, kind of brush away all the residue, any excess buildup from the fire pin block and the striker housing. That makes the job a lot easier. Then you got the small side you can use to get inside the where the frame rails go, slide rails, guide rails, whatever you want to call them. Okay, let's see how that looks. It looks pretty good. Get inside here. And this hook and pick, I guess you can call it, is really nice if you got anything inside your striker housing that you really don't want in there, because you don't want a whole lot of stuff to be in there. Foul your gun, cause any issues. Go ahead and use it. I don't think there's anything in there for me, so that's nice. Don't have to worry about that. Go ahead and clean it up here. Okay. So as far as that goes, that part's finished. Now we can go ahead and, that's where these patches will come in pretty good and handy. You get these patches, dip it in bore cleaner. I need to get me some more, because it lasts a while, but I still need more of it. And then you'll wipe down the inside. Yeah, it's dirty. Picks up a lot of it really quick. Wipe down the entire inside of the slide. Make sure to try and get as much excess residue out as possible. I'll flip it over. Keep cleaning. Alright. Let's go ahead and get a dry pad and wipe it through, see how it looks. If it comes back really dirty, then go ahead and do it again. Do it as many times as necessary. Can't be too clean. Definitely want to make sure you make it as clean as possible so your gun runs really smooth and slide doesn't catch and feel real gritty. Okay, that looks pretty good. Alright, yeah, that's not bad. Okay, another thing I use for inside the slide is Q-tips. It's real simple. Get inside these crease, or I forget what those are called. Anyway, where the guide rails go on the frame. Run them through there, use them to clean, and I also use them to lubricate the slide really well. They do a very good job of that. So what you could do is you could tape one, and same process. Dip it in the bore cleaner. Make sure you don't have a ton on it. Just run it through those slots right there for the slide rails. Get them nice and clean. Help your gun run really smooth. Don't have no hang-ups. Get inside here. Firing pin is. Striker. It's not looking too bad. Still a little dirty, but it's definitely getting better. Alrighty. Alright, so for that, as far as I can see, looks pretty good. Get some better lighting in here. That's definitely an issue, at least as far as on the camera. Anyway, so as of right now, we got the barrel and the slide done. Now let's move to the frame. And for the frame, same thing. I mean, look at that. It's getting some pretty bad wear right there on the top of the slide, or on top of the rails. It's not good. Anyway, I'll use a brush. Same thing, same concept. And I brush away any of the excess residue. Looks like I might have got something pretty. Oh, something had a lot of like metal dust. I think is what it was. Tear up my frame rails. Get inside the magazine well. Get inside on the side of the frame rails. And it looks pretty good as far as this goes. That gets a lot of it away. Okay. Now, pretty much the exact same process. You're going to get one of these patches. I recommend these patches. These definitely work. They're really big. They make the job and the process a whole lot easier to cover a lot more surface. They got a bigger surface area. They're nice all around for sure. There you go. Make sure to clean off on the outside of the rails, inside of the rails. You can. This one's pretty tough, but get down inside the magazine wells. It's not too bad. I cleaned this gun not too long ago, but needed to go ahead and clean it again because it was feeling kind of gritty when I would rack the slide, so I don't think I got it as clean as I should have. But anyway, go ahead and take a dry pad, take off as much of the excess oil as possible. Nothing wrong with lubrication being there, but don't want a bunch of bore cleaner in there. Alright, that's coming off. It's coming back pretty clean. Alright, yeah, that one didn't take very long. Like I said, I cleaned this gun not too long ago, so it's not super dirty. Anyway, so now that we got that clean, well, I guess you can do this. It's not absolutely 100% necessary unless it just looks really bad. But you go ahead and clean the recoil spring and guide rod. You know, if it looks like there's a bunch of stuff in there that's gonna clog your spring up and make it not compress all the way, then yeah, go ahead and do a pretty decent clean of it. But other than that, you just take one of these, a little bit of bore cleaner, spin it inside there to get any excess out, and that's pretty much all you have to do with the recoil spring, unless, you know, like I said, unless it just looks really, really dirty, really bad. Okay, so now the gun is now clean. Now you can go ahead and start the lubrication process, and I'll do the same thing as cleaning it. I'll start with the barrel first. So let's go ahead and put the bore cleaner up. Don't need that anymore and get it out of the way. Like I said, I use the Hops lube, and I heard Shooter lube is really well, or works really well. It's non-toxic, low odor or no odor, so you know it's a really safe cleaner, and it works really well. It got nice solvents and stuff that gets a lot of the gun residue and all the dirt and stuff, breaks it up really easily. But anyway, this is what I use. So with the barrel, take one of these Q-tips, go ahead and soak it down a little bit. Take the barrel and you want to lube up right up on top of the hood, as you can tell where the got a little bit of wear where it runs on the slide. And if it gets a bunch on there, go ahead and wipe a little bit of it off. I mean, it'll stay there. Get over here, all over, and get on the chucks where the recoil spring rests. Go ahead and make sure up here is clean. Lubricate the feed ramp. Still getting a little bit of stuff off of it. Go ahead and get another Q-tip, get some lubrication on there. Alright, that looks, oh, get it in the camera. That looks pretty good. Okay, now for the barrel itself, I want to lubricate the entire barrel. And what I do is I go all the way around. Make sure to get a nice coat on there. You don't want a ton on there, so go ahead and flip it around and just lightly wipe the outside so it leaves a nice shine, but it's not so much where it's, you know, running down the barrel or, you know, dripping off or anything like that. You definitely don't want that much lubrication on. So anyway, the barrel's now complete as far as the cleaning and lubrication goes. Now for the slide, what you want to do is you want to lubricate inside here on the hood of the slide, inside here where the barrel is going to rest, and as well as inside here where the slide rails are going to run. Definitely want to make sure to lubricate there. That way your gun runs really smooth, don't have any hang-ups, and it doesn't feel real gritty. If you put your slide on and it feels gritty, make sure that there's no residue in there. Make sure it's very well lubricated. Get in the frame of the camera. Okay, and then you lubricate up in here. The barrel runs as well as right inside here. And right up where the barrel's going to rest when it's in battery. right up in there. You can see there's a little bit of wear in there too. Definitely want to make sure that's, definitely want to pay attention to that when you're cleaning as well as lubricating. Okay, make this inside here. Oh man, I'm getting way too close to the camera. Sorry about that. It's my first few videos of shooting this close. I'm trying to keep it all on camera and making it look as best as I can anyway. Not that great, but anyway, there's the slide. It's lubricated where it's supposed to be anyway. Now for the frame, what you want to do is you want to lubricate the top of the rails and inside, or I guess on the outside of the rails. And for this gun, that's basically all you want to lubricate. On other guns, there's more spots to lubricate. On this gun, the frame is really basic, and so you don't have to worry about a whole bunch of lubrication all over. There's a slide rail. Oh man, caught right there. The slide rails are just one big piece, so it makes that part of the process really simple. Go ahead and make sure. I was having a little bit of trouble. Slide was feeling really gritty, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure I got a little extra lubrication on the rails. There we go. Alright. That's pretty good. Got a nice coat of lubrication on there. And you can also use like gun butter or anything like that. You can look that up, and you can use like the Glock store sells some. You can find it on eBay. You know, the Hops actually sell some too. Break-in oil is pretty much what it is, but it works really well if you put it on the inside of your slide, a little bit on your slide rails, and it makes it really nice. Runs really smooth. But anyway, that's pretty much it for the entire gun. And then this little pin for this gun, I'll go ahead and lube it up too, so it slides in and locks in place really nice, and when you're taking it apart, it'll come apart really easily because it won't be all coated with a bunch of gunk and stuff. Excuse me. It'll come out really smooth, come out really easy. Won't give you any trouble. Alright, so that's basically it for the cleaning of this gun in particular. We've cleaned the guide rod, the recoil spring, we've cleaned and lubricated the slide, the frame, and the barrel, and the pin, takedown pin. So now to put it all back together is, you know, the exact opposite of how you took it apart. So it's slide in the barrel, drop it in, line the guide rod up, put it in the spot, line it up, throw it on there, and then you see the hole in there, so you'll pull back slightly, line it up. Oh, I'm not lined up. There we go. My pin, punch it. There we go. Put it into place. Push that window up, and then run the slide a few times. See if it feels clean, feels gritty. That feels a whole lot better, 100 times better, easily. Anyway, that's a real quick video. I guess it's not necessarily super quick, but anyway, that's the process of cleaning your Ruger EC9S. I appreciate y'all watching this video. If you like it, please give a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to. Hit the little bell icon. I'm going to be uploading a video every Thursday. And the next cleaning video I'm going to be cleaning my wife's Glock 19. And I'll break it down and show you how to clean it. And the way I clean it is, I've watched a video, and you can actually go see it for yourself. It's Glock's recommendation on cleaning it. So that'll be coming up real soon, as well as many other videos and many different topics. So I appreciate y'all tuning in today. I hope y'all have a good afternoon, and we'll see y'all soon. Love y'all.